All right, not as many belly shots today. I wish I looked like Dusty Rhodes. Like I said, I look like Adrian Adonis. Welcome back to the Smoking Joe's Man Cave Show. I am Tom Krieger with your host, Smoking Joe, Dave Gutierrez. Today we have a special episode that we're going to do. We're going to do a preview of the 2019 Detroit Tigers. But before we do that, I would like to give a shout out, and I know Dave does too, to a couple of our best friends forever. Our brothers having birthdays. Mark Rose, who had one last week, and our buddy Teddy Freiberger, whose birthday is tomorrow. And I'm sure he's going to have a good day, opening day. Watch a little Michigan basketball at night. And we want to wish him a happy birthday. And we miss you guys, and
happy
hopefully see you soon.
Mark's got that special birthday, that 5-5 birthday.
5-5, yeah. Mark's the oldest, so he always comes first. All right, so welcome to the 2019 Detroit Tiger preview episode from the Man Cave.
Go get 'em, Tiger. Row.
Okay, Dave, a little preview.
Let's go.
Last year was a struggle. You know, Miggy was out. You know, we lost a lot of, our talent from trades and so on. Some bright spots. For me, the biggest bright spot for the Tigers last year, I think, was Ron Gardenhire. Just hiring him, keeping the ship together with all this young talent coming in. I thought he did a pretty good job doing that. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that he definitely has experience working with young
Absolutely.
talent at Minnesota. He definitely has, I think, the respect of the players in the clubhouse, and I think he is definitely a step in the right direction.
Well, he is a little bit of combination of Jim Leyland. I like. He's old school.
He is old school,
but he is a player's manager.
Yes.
Nothing against Osmus. I think he's smart. I don't know if he's a player's manager. I know he knows the game, but something about the Lelands or the Gardenhires.
Yeah.
They're into all this analytic stuff now.
Yeah.
But they still know baseball's baseball.
Baseball's baseball.
You throw it, catch it,
Yep.
and you hit.
Yep.
So
I like it. I think it's a great fit for the Tigers right now.
I do too. I think Al Avila's done a nice job as far as restocking our minor league system.
Yes.
We have. I was looking at the rosters yesterday. I know West Michigan's going to have some nice young talent. Erie is really loaded with all our top pitching prospects.
Yes.
Casey Mize, Matt Manning, the Fredo kid. And I know our position players up at Toledo, Daz Cameron, he's on a fast track.
Yeah, I actually watched probably about 5 spring training games this year, and he is making a name for himself. There's no doubt about
Well,
that.
it looks like his dad out there.
Yeah, he does.
He
He
tall and he can run, he can hit. But I think they're going to be patient with him.
Yes, he's going to start in Triple-A Toledo.
Right.
I was looking at some of their moves that they're making late in spring training now.
I think a lot of it depends on what they're going to do with Nick Castellanos.
Right.
I know he's right field right now, but he's a good ball player. But he's kind of taking up a spot for our younger outfielders. I can never.
He's young. He's 26.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a young player. Could they trade for a pitcher for him? Possibly. I mean, I like him. I think we should keep him, but I understand the business and I understand where we're in a retooling mode.
Well, if we're going to trade for him, obviously, you always go for pitching, but I think we need another first baseman because Miggy is going to play some first, but he's eventually going to DH.
Yeah.
John Hicks is okay, but he's not an everyday type of player. You know, we need somebody that's going to come up through the system, got a lot of young players at
A
short.
lot of young players. Yep.
At second.
Yep.
Third. A little weak at catching right now. I think we have some in the minors, but
Well, I did look at the potential starting lineup. Candelaria at third, is somebody that they're looking, I think, big things for this year. And I do think the catching position and the first baseman position are key positions for us as we go forward.
I had to do say Avila did a nice job of, as far as bridging the gap from now until the future with our shortstop and second baseman. They went out and got Jordy Mercer from Pittsburgh and Josh Harrison.
Yep, I
Pittsburgh.
I like both of those ideas.
Both good veterans.
Yep.
Pretty good bat.
Yep.
I was looking at their on base percentage. I'm big into that. They can get on base.
They can. Yep.
They're not big strikeout guys. They will put the bat on the ball. That's the biggest thing we need. And I'm looking at the lineup, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we need guys like that. We need a veteran presence that they can bring along the younger guys, especially at those two positions.
Yep, I thought he did a good job too, bringing those guys in.
And I like that. After losing Iglesias, we didn't really have anybody ready. But Mercer is a solid veteran, and so is Harrison.
Yeah,
and I think Harrison's going to lead off. So, pitching wise, I know you looked over the roster.
I think the injury to Fulmer has changed things. I think it was expected to be the ace this year, obviously, and he's gone for the year.
Yeah.
I think Matt Boyd is somebody that is going to have to step up. I mean, Jordan Zimmerman. Obviously,
he is what he is.
He is what he is. He is. I mean, he's going to go out in battle, but I don't know what that means.
Right.
Definitely there's Tyson Ross and Matt Moore are two guys that have
veterans
that are going to have to give us innings this year if we're going to have any success.
And I know that the young kid Spencer Turnbull.
Yep.
He said his stuff is very good.
I watched him the other day. I can't remember what day it was now, and he definitely has an upside to him. There's no doubt.
Well, we got all kinds of good, I think, young pitching in the minors. It's just got to come along. Losing Fulmer's going to hurt. Boyd's got to be consistent. You never know about Norris, Moore, Tyson Ross. Are they going to be like anybody else we brought in that was successful or not? Yeah. And then we go to the bullpen, which is more of a question.
Yeah, even bigger question, I think. There's no doubt. I think obviously Shane Green's the name we know.
Right.
Jimenez is going to be key
at
the back end.
They're going to be our back end guys.
Yeah. Blaine Hardy's I watched him a few times. He looks he's a veteran now. He's solid.
He throws strikes.
The other person that's kind of a question is Daniel Norris.
He's kind of in limbo.
Yeah, he's kind of in limbo. He's definitely got arm, that major league arm, but what are they going to do with him? Where does he fit?
His velocity has dropped off after a couple of years. I think he had cancer, or then he had another surgery. Lefties like that, they're going to have to specialize. They're going to have to get out left-handed hitters.
Yeah.
Daniel Stump does a decent job against lefties, but he's not very good against righties.
Yep.
But I tell you, the kid I really like that's got some wicked stuff is that Alcantara's.
Oh, yeah.
That we got in a trade, I think, for Justin Upton.
I think it's Victor.
Yeah, something like that. I watched him a little bit last year and watched him in spring training. Boy, his ball moves.
Yeah, he's got a lot of movement.
Oh, God, he's got a sinker. Problem is, he leaves it up in the zone. It's like hitting off a tee. He keeps that thing down. He's got a little changeup. He's made some guys look like fools up there, but inconsistency.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. If we're going to have any success, and I know we're going to talk about that, but it's going into this year is not like years. The last couple of years, we know that it's not going to be. It's going to be retooling going on.
Right. Oh, exactly.
Rebuild.
As far as hitting wise, let's go down the lineup here. Let's start with Miggy at first.
Yeah, Mickey's had a great spring.
Oh yeah,
he's had a great spring. I think he wants to prove something that he can still play.
He's 36.
Yeah.
We know what it's like. If you play ball, You know, DH is fine, but you know, a true ball player wants to play in the field all the time,
I think he wants to
and
play.
he's always wanted to play in the field.
Yeah.
You know,
He's going to have to DH some, though.
he's going to. He knows he's got to get old. He's getting older.
Yep.
But Gardenhire is going to let him play because he's an old-time coach.
Yep.
He's just not going to make him. You get to the point unless you're, you know, Edgar Martinez. That's all he did, or Victor at the end of his career. He wants to play.
Yeah.
Let him play.
He's looked good this spring. I watched probably. You know,
Well, he's going to have to carry us.
yeah.
He is the biggest number one thing that that we have on the hitting side, that he has to carry us. And I'm curious to see who's going to bat in front of him, who's going to bat behind him.
Right.
Because that's going to make who's ever batting in front of him is going to get pitches.
Well, spring training, they moved a couple guys around, but I
Right.
don't know if I know exactly what the
You know,
lineup's gonna
I've
be.
heard talk they're thinking about putting Nick at number 2.
Yeah.
Or Christian Stewart at number 2. Stewart is a big swinging miss guy. I'm concerned about him batting behind him at number 4 because then they're just going to be a walk fest for Miggy. You know, I would prefer to see Nick hit behind him. Actually,
I think that's. I mean, that going into the
because
season, I think that's where
they're not
they
going
start.
to they're not going to pitch around Miggy to get to Nick as
Right.
much as they pitch around somebody else. And I understand wanting Nick to bat number 2 because he has a pretty good eye.
Yes, he does. He's
Yeah.
really improved.
Yeah, and we want to get guys on base,
Yeah.
but you know, it's hard to see what's, you know, lineups change all the time. So second base, we talked about Harrison.
Harrison's gonna. I think we're in agreement that I thought it was a great move. You know,
Mercer.
I mean, again, I think a good move. I think he's solid in the field, decent bat.
They're both solid.
Yeah,
You know, they're not going to make rookie mistakes. They're going to be pros.
Yeah, they're
You know,
pros.
They're going to help bring along the
yeah,
young
they're
guys.
pros. Yeah, absolutely.
Candelario at third.
Yeah, he's a key to me. Like one of the keys this year. He started out great last year and then faded a little bit, but I think they're
You know,
expecting him.
he actually might be a number 2
He
because
could be.
he walks a lot.
He could be.
You know, he struggles. You know, he struggled at the end of the year, but he walked a lot. He had a pretty good on base percentage.
Yep.
We need somebody, like I said, somebody to bat in front of Miggy who's going to get on, but we need somebody behind Miggy that they're not just going to pitch around.
Yeah.
So we had Candelaria. Let's go to outfield. The new rookie Christian Stewart.
Yep. I haven't seen too much on him. Like you said, I've seen him a little bit. I think he's a huge question mark.
Huge.
You know, I don't know what we're going to get from him. I don't think anybody knows.
I've read a lot about him coming up through the minors. Tremendous power.
Yeah.
Good hitter.
But you made a good point. If he's going to, you know.
But two things: he's a swing and miss guy, and he does not play defense very well.
Yeah.
So they've been working on that. So I mean, if they're going to play Nick out and right, do you move a rookie into DH right away, or do you want
Well,
to give him
DH is a
some
question.
time? I mean,
John Hicks, I know they talked about him being everywhere, but he's going to spend some time at DH him first, I think.
yeah, he will and catch. He's our backup catcher. But do you want to Hicks batting fourth? You know, that's a spot that worries me a lot, hitting wise. So we have Stewart in left, and probably Mata, I'm guessing, will platoon there.
Yeah.
You know, those guys might.
Nico Goodrum is. having a good
Nico,
spring.
well, Nico's going to start tomorrow because they put Jacoby on the DL.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Now, Jacoby is one of the finest outfielders in the game.
Yeah. He's got huge upsides to him. He's definitely great defensive.
Gotta hit.
He's got to hit, though.
Got to hit.
Yeah.
Got to put the bat on the ball. Then they got Nick and Wright. You know, he is a weakness out there.
Yep.
But he can hit. And I don't know what the Tigers' plans are. I'm guessing they're going to try to trade him at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I would guess so. I mean, we're in that mode.
So my thing with Nick is if they're going to do that at the trade deadline, I don't see many National League teams that would be for his bat. Yes, but
Well, he runs good.
right. But where's he going to play in the field?
Yeah.
He's going to be a liability in the outfield.
Yeah.
I always thought to put him at first base, teach him first. Everybody needs a first baseman.
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
I would like to see Tigers.
That's
play
one of
in
the
that
problems
first.
with trading him is that teams are going to look at that exact thing. What are we going to do with them?
I would like to see Tigers, him and Miggy, take turns DHing or playing first.
Yeah.
And then bring up another young outfielder to get these young kids.
Well, that's not going to happen this year.
No.
So
Yeah. So, and the bench players, like I said, you got Goodrum.
Yep.
Not much of a bench. I see we got a Dustin Peterson.
Dustin Peterson. Yep.
That we picked up off waivers, maybe.
Yeah, I think
He made the team. Gordon Beckham
Gordon Beckham. Yep.
played for the White Sox.
Yep.
Used to be a Tiger killer sometimes. God,
I mean, he's a good, solid pro. Like we said, he's going to be.
I love when we pick up these guys that used to kill us and then they come here and they don't do anything.
Yeah,
how many
it's
do
the
we have?
opposite when they leave here. They go.
Oh yeah, it's like the Lions. My God, you cut them a Lions, you stink. You leave the Lions, and oh my God,
Yeah.
Ebron, Van Noy.
Yeah.
Man, I heard fantasy football on ESPN. They brought up tight ends and they brought up Ebron's name. I about fell off my chair. So, okay, your expectations.
Well, I think like most people, retooling, rebuilding are all. I mean, I think the Central is not a great division by any means. I think Cleveland's probably still the best team.
Absolutely.
But I just don't see us, challenging them for any kind of division. My expectations probably would be, I think over, maybe I'll say 74 wins.
Okay, that's right around where I was thinking.
Yeah. So I think they've been around 69, 70 the last couple seasons.
Right.
So it's a little jump for them. I think I have, like everybody, high expectations that we could. But so many pieces so many moving parts have to come together for us to have it, to win 74 games, I think.
Well, 74, 75 wins I think would be an outstanding season.
Yeah.
With what we have to work with.
Yeah. I'm probably going high just because I'm a Tiger.
My expectation is this. I have no expectation.
Oh, well,
The only expectation I have is I want to see how these young players develop.
yeah.
I'm not going to worry about Miggy. I'm not going to worry about our pitching staff. Our future's down the line.
Yeah.
I want to see how we develop these guys.
I think as Tiger fans, we have to think that way.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'm going to support them. I'm going to watch them. I think they could be a fun team.
Yeah.
We got some speed. We got some different players.
They were fun last year at times.
But I think they're going to be fun as the year goes on because I think we're going to see more and more of these young kids start coming up. And within a year or two, they're all going to be up.
Yeah. The farm system, I think you made a really good point, is turning.
Right.
I've read lots of articles that it is starting.
And the one thing about this team right now that I want to see more than anything, I want to see Miggy have a really good year.
I would too.
I don't know if he's going to have a huge year, but I would like to see him get back to show people that he's not dead and gone.
So let me throw this at you. Any thoughts about them moving him, if possible, this year? I know the contract's big, and
Well, I'd move him in a second, but I don't know if teams want that contract. Maybe.
well, if he starts out strong, and
Yeah, he's getting near the end of his contract,
Right.
so maybe Tigers
Could
eat some of that money.
that's what I was thinking.
As much as I love Biggie, he's one of my favorite Tigers of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to help us, but he's not going to help us win the championship.
No.
He's better
He'll
off
be gone by
helping
that time.
somebody else.
Yeah.
I think him and Nick have a good chance of being gone this year. I thought Fulmer might be gone until he got hurt.
Yeah. I think they tried to move him last year, it just didn't work
And
out.
if Boyd starts out strong, he could be trade bait.
Yeah. Oh, I think definitely if there's any value to any player, they're still potentially could be traded.
Right, exactly. So, okay, that's kind of our expectation for the Tigers. Couple things, just kind of going back a little bit. One of your favorite memorable moments
Oh,
in Tigers history, or at a game, or probably at a game.
At a game?
Not so much on TV, but being there. I mean, we see all kinds of stuff on TV.
well, World Series obviously was
Right.
the greatest. Hopefully we'll see another one. But probably for being at a game, I would have to say like 1976. I went to a Tiger game.
Okay.
Mark Fidrich was pitching.
Bird.
The Bird.
Oh
They were
God, that
playing
had to be-
California, and Frank Tanana was the pitcher for California Angels at that time. The best part about it was is we went with the group, and we got to go in the dugout.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Actually, my friend Paul Mitchell was with me that day.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I remember.
Yep. So we got to go meet some of the players.
He's my friend too.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's been a long time since I talked to him, but oh yeah, old Mitch was.
But then the game, it was a night game actually,
Right.
and it was just the whole night was just, it was a crazy night. We were up in the bleachers on a Friday night. We didn't know anything, but the game was exciting. Just the whole being able to be part of the behind the scenes of a Tiger game.
Oh,
was,
especially
yeah.
Mark Fidrich, the Bird.
And he was pitching, and
It was-
everybody had feet.
it was packed.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was packed.
I remember that year watching a Monday night game. They played the Yankees and the Bird pitched. And that stadium held 56,000
Yeah.
people, and there was like 57,000 people there.
Yep.
They loved Mark Fidrich. Man, I tell you, I forgot that. And Frank Tanana, back in that day, he was a flamethrower.
Oh, he could throw.
Oh, well,
I think there was no decision that night, actually.
I think he
that
went to
game.
Detroit Catholic Central to high school. I know he was
Right.
from Detroit.
Right.
So, that would have been sweet.
It was an awesome.
I never
memory.
saw Bird pitching live game.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. It was.
But I do remember you had that summer job that you and Mitch
Yep.
worked at.
Yep.
Yeah, and went with.
Yep.
Okay,
What
cool.
about you?
I have two of them, real quickly. Obviously, in 1987, I was there to the second to last game. It was on a Saturday. Tigers in Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Jack Morris was pitching,
Yeah.
and Mike Flanagan was pitching for Toronto. And they had a pitching duel, and it was a battle. And it got down to Toronto got ahead like by one run, and then Bill Madlock,
Yep.
I believe it
Mad Dog.
was, hit a double or something to score a run to tie it up. And they went to extra innings, and Morris came out for the 10th.
Oh, he came out
Oh yeah,
the pitch.
oh yeah. He wasn't taking him out. And I remember that 10th inning after we scored that run to tie the game. I think it was the 10th or the 9th. The crowd was just crazy, and there was a lot of Toronto fans there.
There always is.
The
yeah.
group, Teddy went, our friend Doug Beatty, other people went. And we were sitting all around these Toronto people. And of course, our friend Doug Beatty, he used to like to talk a little bit. So we had Toronto people yelling at us and this and that. And I remember when we came back, tied the game, and everybody was basically standing up, and Morris just was throwing heat in the 10th. He might have struck outside. I mean, that place was going nuts. And then the next inning, Trammell, we had a guy on third. Trammell hit a ground ball to short. It was Manny Lee. I want to say Manny something was the shortstop
Okay.
for Toronto. Went under his glove and they lost.
Yeah.
And the next day we ended up winning 1-0 Frank Tanana.
Yep. Frank Tanana did.
So,
Yeah. it
we'll
was-
get into Gibby some other time, but he played an important factor the week before. My other favorite Tiger story is, I don't know if you, I don't think you went. Mitch might have went with us. But remember Ron LaFleur?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. This was like 1976, 78. Remember they made a movie about him?
Yeah. Sure.
Called One in a Million?
Yep.
LeVar Burton played Ron
Yep.
LaFleur.
Sure. I remember it. Yeah.
I was at the game where they were filming that.
Oh, really?
The game was supposed to start at like a 1 o'clock game, but it got pushed back to like 2 or 2:30 because the film crew was there filming LeVar Burton in a Ron LaFleur jersey. And it was really weird and funny because the PA announcer was not the PA announcer. He was like the director of the movie.
Right.
And he was telling us all in the stands what to do.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't.
I ever tell
No,
you
you
that?
never told me that story. That's cool.
So basically, he says LeVar Burton's coming to bat, who is Ron LaFleur, and it's all fake. You know,
Right.
it looks
That's
like
a
the
movie.
ball's coming in or something. So he swings and he runs the first base, and the crowd's supposed to go nuts. So everybody goes nuts. and it's funny. Got all these cameras out there, and then there's a part in the movie where he's gets his first hit, and then he steals second. His family's all up in the bleachers. Go, 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 go. And he steals it, and they show it. And it is not fast time at all. He's just jogging, and then he kind of slides in there. Obviously,
He was acting.
they make it look faster. But, yeah, I was part of that movie.
Movie star.
If you ever watch One in a Million, they have the first Ron LaFleur and Detroit Tigers.
Did they pan to the crowd and see it?
Oh, yeah. Well, they had, it was a pretty packed crowd. It wasn't overly packed, but we got there. It was just like part of the movie, and they were going over it, and I said, "Oh yeah, I was in that." So that was one of my favorite.
That's cool. I never heard that
I
story.
have all kinds of them. I thought I told you that
No,
before.
that's a good story.
One in a Million. I read that book. Pretty good movie. Ron LaFleur is one of my favorite players too.
Yeah, he's a great player. He was fun.
But all right, that is it for our Tigers special preview episode, and hopefully we have a good year. And I'm sure we'll be back to talk about them eventually. So signing off. We'll see you soon.